You're listening to Anti-Fashion, a fashion podcast dedicated to meaningful conversations on all things fashion, style, art, politics, and culture, hosted by Soukita and Meg. Thank you so much for joining us, and without further ado, let's get into the episode. Okay, so now we're going to continue on talking about gullibility and cancel culture and sort of, I guess, like the new internet environment that we're living in. We wanted to talk about people being extremely problematic on the internet, doxing people, leaking people's personal information on the internet, disliking people because of the way they look, and spreading massive amounts of misinformation.
Yeah, like I know the Diet Prada, like sometimes they post like misinformation, and I think maybe that's what kind of don't think it led to it. I think this is just the way that the internet was going to become nowadays. But I think Diet Prada did aid into misinformation in terms of like fashion or into the like celebrity culture. But I know that so much misinformation is always being spread on like TikTok or Instagram, and it's insane, and it's so hateful too.
Absolutely. And also I think just like the way that you see people like conduct conversations with each other and like be so hateful for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone could literally post a video of their outfit online. They'll be like, "You're ugly and disgusting, and you should go die."
Like what? It's not funny, but it's just like I'm laughing because it's the audacity.
It's like, how else do you react to that? Yeah, like I'm just like, what the fuck?
Whenever like you said, like whenever somebody dresses like a little bit weird, like I know like the tiny Jewish girl, or like even like old loser in Brooklyn, whenever they go and wear something, because they have their own unique styles, and I really like the way that they dress. People always have shit to go and say, and I'm like, are you guys paying their bills? Are you literally guys their personal stuff? Did they hire you?
Yeah.
What is your opinion? What is your opinion? Like, all you're doing is just hurting people's feelings and bullying people online. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry that your only like sense of style is like walking into an Aritzia and like buying like exactly what fucking comes off the mannequin. But like, if you have no sense of personal style, just say that. But like,
exactly.
I don't know. Like, you know that guy, like 555 Kareem?
I love him.
Yes, I love him. He is such like an interesting, like cool sense of style. Yeah. He just like wears whatever he wants, and it's so interesting. But people in his comments will always be like, "Oh, you look like not Playboy passing Cardi. The vibe check."
Yeah, like something that's like so like fucked up. It's like, oh, he's trying so hard to be Cardi. Oh, this is what happens when guys get into Rick, and it's like, are you fucking stupid? This.
But like the thing is, it's like, especially like if you're filming a TikTok and like putting it on the internet, it's like, I saw what the outfit looks like. Like, I'm aware of what I look like. Like you don't have to like tell. Like, I put it on. Like I saw myself in the mirror. Like, I obviously put this outfit on because I liked it. Like, yeah. I'm not asking for your like people on the internet's validation. You know?
Exactly. But no, you're 100% correct. It's like, when you go and make like TikToks or Instagram posts or whatever it is, you know, there are some people who do post it for validation, but the people who post it for validation, they will genuinely go and take when somebody says, "Oh, what you're wearing is ugly," new wardrobe. But for people who just like posting, or who like just kind of sharing their creative side with social media or with like a larger audience, they're kind of doing it for themselves, and they're doing it for other people who like what they're wearing, and for people who are like them.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we can also kind of touch on this too, but it's kind of like gatekeeping now, because like with cancel culture comes gatekeeping.
We can talk about gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Remember that? Okay, this is something interesting. Did you read that article? I think you sent this. No, you sent this TikTok to me.
Yes,
article about gatekeeping.
By idea.
Yeah. So like the sort of like, if you get it, if you get it, if you don't sort of things in fashion, and how people like Tabby Boots or like Rick Owens, and how people sort of stop liking things as soon as they become popular, I guess. Like if it's not like niche or something. And I've talked this before also. Like, just because something's popular within your small circle of like the internet and people that you like interact with, like doesn't mean it's actually popular like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you wore a pair of tabby boots, like for example, to like my hometown in the Midwest, like people would look at you like you were absolutely crazy.
For real.
But like maybe if you like live in like a bigger city and you like only interact with people who are like also like into fashion, into the same things as you, it might seem like this is becoming like basic or whatever.
Oh my god, yes. I'm in Atlanta right now, and like I was wearing like a Rick Owens top yesterday, and like my Balenciaga motorcycle bag, and like I was the only one that was kind of dressing like this. But if you go on TikTok, I'm pretty sure you'll find 10 other girls who like dress
Yeah,
like me.
you'll find 10 other bitches look exactly like me. But like
exactly. But in real life, you know, I'm me.
literally, like that's what I'm saying. And also like if you stop liking something as soon as it becomes popular, like if you only like something because it's like you think it's like niche or whatever, like you maybe didn't actually like it that much in the first place. Like you're just hopping on a bandwagon, you're just gonna hop on another bandwagon
100%.
in a few years. Because you know how like
yeah.
all the dudes who were like into like Bape and like Supreme are like now wearing like Rick Owens and like into like quote unquote archive fashion.
Yeah. Like it's fucked. And then people, they try to use the argument, oh, but we don't want them to go and get into this niche type of brand because we don't want archive fashion to skyrocket in price. It's like, shut up. Like,
yeah.
it's gonna go back down. Just give it a couple of months. Like, I'm sure you don't need this shirt or this skirt or whatever you're looking for right now. There's other ways to go and get things. And it's like with gatekeeping too. You know, I'm more than happy to go and share where I get information from. If somebody comes and asks me information where my outfit is from, blah blah blah. But
yeah,
because
like
sometimes
gatekeeping, like, honestly.
Exactly. But because sometimes I resell clothes, if somebody's like, where did you buy this from? I'm like, Poshmark. Okay, I'm trying to start my own reselling business too. And Soukita, since this is your livelihood, please explain to me, make a PowerPoint and explain to me how you did it, what you buy, how you do it. I'm like, am I Google?
Yeah.
If you really want something, the internet is free. I found my information on Google. True. It didn't take me a long time. It took me maybe 10 minutes. If I can do it, you can do it. And I have ADHD.
Yeah. I think that's a little different from like actually gatekeeping though. Like if someone's like, oh, like I like your pants, where are they from? And you're like, you're actually just, I don't think you're cool enough to know where my clothing is from.
Yeah, it's just like saying like, oh, like remember like in high school or like middle school, like, oh my god, I love your shirt. Where's it from? My mom bought it for me. Yeah. My mom bought it for me.
Sorry, I don't know actually.
Like what the hell? I'm more than happy to tell people where I bought. It's like, this is thrifted, but I'll literally tell you what brand it's from. Oh, how you know all this information? I watched this movie. I'll literally tell you the movie that it's like that I watched. Like, it's insane. Even too, one thing that I'm so happy about when people, they don't gatekeep, is because then it kind of sparks my interest and I can kind of get into the brand too. Like for example, you know Ari on TikTok, like Ari's Closet. You know, because of her, that's how I really started to get into Issey Miyake, and it's because of her videos, because they were so helpful. And I even told her too. I was like, thank you so much. Like, if you didn't go and gatekeep, I wouldn't have been into this.
Literally. Like, I think it's so cool when people just like want to have conversations with each other instead of just being like, this is my thing and you can't be into it because I'm into it.
Like, nobody knows everything. That's the thing. Like, nobody is like the smartest person in the world. Nobody knows anything and everything about a brand unless like you're the creator of it. But what's it called? It's insane. Like, I was on TikTok and I saw this girl. She's like, I think she's like this creator from Toronto or something.
Okay.
And she posted this TikTok and it was like, oh, these are my favorite fashion documentaries and I never used to share them, and I only shared it with like really cool people, but I guess I'll share it with you guys now. I'm like, what the fuck? They're just the documentaries you found on YouTube.
She typed fashion documentaries into Google and she's like, let me gatekeep this real quick. Nobody knows what I know.
Movies? People want to gatekeep movies now? Movies. Like, wow. And I know that Ari posted a TikTok too about gatekeeping, and it was really insightful. And she said how somebody wanted to go and gatekeep restaurants now. And I'm like, yes. Restaurants? restaurants, like somebody's livelihood. Not everyone gatekeep restaurants. Sometimes people gatekeep perfumes too. Like I understand, like it's a personal scent, and it's like but nobody asks you like what perfume you're wearing. Like if you post on TikTok like, oh, I wear this perfume, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what perfume I'm wearing because this is my secret scent.
Yeah, like that's weird.
It makes me think, but I want to know what it is now.
I know.
I really want to know what it is. What do you wear?
Yes.
Even too, like you know what? Like whenever people are like, oh, I transitioned from like Shein to like archive fashion or like whatever it is, people are always like, oh, you're such a fake fan. You were never truly into the brand. Well, no shit, they weren't. But you know, good for them. Kudos to them for actually changing the way that they kind of view things.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I kind of hate the word archive, but like
me too.
Also, like I think like there's been like a lot of like conversations about like sustainability and stuff that have been happening like in fashion. So like why are we criticizing people who used to like maybe shop fast fashion or like wear a lot of micro trends or stuff like that, who now want to like spend their money on like investing into like cool designer pieces?
Oh,
and I also like I don't understand the mentality where it's like, oh, this isn't cool anymore if like a certain other group of people like it as well. You know, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No, for sure it doesn't. Like it's so weird. Like me, like I literally tell people like, oh, how did you get into fashion? Like I met my boyfriend and he's, you know, my boyfriend Eric, he's really into like things like that, and he's been into it since like he was like 13 years old. Like he's 22 now, and he taught it to me, and I'll literally go and tell people like, you know, I didn't learn about this by myself. I had help, and I'm not.
Are they gonna call you a fake fan?
Apparently, I am. But I dress pretty damn good.
Yeah. I know. Well, it's also, I think like Rick Owens is a really good example of this, where like maybe like 2 years ago it wasn't so popular, and like with sort of like celebrity culture and like, you know, like celebrities like Kim Kardashian has been wearing Rick Owens, like he's been on the runways a lot. He's kind of definitely blown up with also doing like the Converse collab, with the Champion collab, Doc Martens collab, where all these people want to be like, I've liked Rick Owens since 2012 and you can't like it because I like it.
Like what? Oh my god. No, it's true. Oh my god. Funny story. I posted a TikTok because I got a pair of Ramones in like when COVID happened, so like 2019. And this is before like they blew up, because you want to know why I got them? It's because I saw this like Valley girl. Like this is before Rick Owens like blew up. I saw this Valley girl on TikTok wearing a pair of dark shadow ones, and I'm like, what kind of Converse are these? And
you're like, these are sick. Like they're cool. Yeah.
I was like, this is so nice. And Eric was like, Soukita, those are not Converse, those are Rick Owens Ramones. I was like, oh. And he taught me about them, and I'm like, should I get them? He's like, yeah, but it's more worth like your money if you go and buy like a mainline pair, like the leather ones, because they won't like go and destroy. So I got a pair, and then now whenever I post TikToks wearing them, I always have like incel men come on my post go and say, oh, your Converse are so nice. Oh, do you really like Rick? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like it makes you so uncomfortable not to go even post these type of things.
Men will buy like one pair of like dark shadow Ramones and like wear it with like the most basic outfit ever, and then suddenly think they're like an expert on fashion.
You know what? They are, because they're going to be the next Heidi Slimane. That is why. Those pair of Ramones are going to take you somewhere.
They're going to take you. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about, I guess, sort of like streetwear and how people jump from like trend to trend, whatever is popular. Like, you know how people in like 2016 were super into like the Supreme drop or like fucking V-Lone or whatever, but now now everyone's into like Rick Owens and like quote unquote archive or whatever.
Yeah, it's so I live in Montreal, and like my apartment is like literally like a block away from the Arc'teryx, like the Montreal Arc'teryx store.
I live by the Toronto Arc'teryx store too. I walk past it like all the time.
Yeah, but I don't really see anybody in it. No. Do you ever see anybody in it?
Not really.
And then but like last month or like 2 months ago on TikTok and on social media, Arc'teryx was fucking huge.
Everyone was like in their shower.
That was fucking weird. And then that fucking song, that was weird. That's the thing too. Like, you know what? If I had a different mindset, because like I think I'm really like frugal when it comes to like certain things, but I will never cheap out on a beautiful pair of shoes because you know me.
Yes.
No, but like if I can go and find a good deal somewhere, I'll go and buy it. Like I just bought a pair of Margiela trousers the other day for like 40 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
And like
that's
I
a
will
good
not
deal.
That's the thing. Like I'll never go and like cheap out when it comes to that. Like I won't ever be like I can find it for a better price.
Yeah.
Like, but when it comes to like like those like kind of like you know the word, what's that word called, like generalized or commercialized like sneaker store, like those sneaker, so those sneaker stores where they go and like resell sneakers for like an insane amount or an insane price. If I was a billionaire, I still wouldn't go there. I still wouldn't shop there.
Where they're just like reselling like Nikes for like $500.
I still wouldn't shop there because like just a bunch of hype beasts just like hang out there. But I always think like, who's really buying from there?
People must, but I don't really understand it. Or like what's that brand called? Like Amy Leon Dore, like the New Balances everyone was obsessed with, and they were like reselling for like hundreds of dollars. Like these are literally white sneakers.
Oh my god, I remember when Aritzia started to sell New Balances and all the white girls were like, ah!
Literally.
But okay, so you know how Jill Sander did a collaboration with Arc'teryx? I can't believe for a jacket it's $2,450.
I don't even have words. Like I don't even.
That's almost that's almost like 3 months or 4 months worth of rent for me.
That is literally 3 months of my rent in Toronto. Actually, no, that's more because it's US dollars.
Yeah, no, you're right. So that's like, oh my god, no, you're right. So that's
like 3.5 months of my rent.
Holy shit. So it's either jackets or starvation and homelessness. I think jackets.
And it's like, okay, I understand these are both luxury brands, but what about this plain black coat that says Jill Sander Arc'teryx on it makes it worth over $2,000?
I don't know, like, because I guess I'm not the type of person who likes those type of things or who would go and spend almost $3,000.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna go and spend $3,000 on something, my ass is going on a plane to Aruba. Because what do you mean a jacket?
Like I'm going on a vacation. You can buy a car.
Oh my god, no, you're right. You can buy a car. Holy shit! Like you can do so much with like $3,000 or like $2,450. That's crazy. You can buy yourself like 3 Kiss boots.
It doesn't even make sense. Yeah,
that's expensive. Even like winter coats, like you can buy like a used like Red Sack or like Canada Goose like jacket for like a decent price for like 500 or 400 Canadian dollars. Like
yeah, like I work for like a resale store. Like we'll sell like Montclair. We'll sell like used Montclair jackets for like $400 or $500 sometimes.
You said that's not even a bad price too, because like Canada is like so cold. So like sometimes you have to invest in a good winter jacket. But am I gonna really go and invest almost $3,000 in a raincoat? I don't think so. Sorry.
No. Are all these collabs really necessary, and what are they actually like bringing?
Money laundering.
Like what is this? Kidding. Yeah.
No, you're right. Like what are they? I think maybe what they're trying to bring in is just like a newer audience, because they're trying to expand their brand even bigger than it is, because maybe they kind of saw the success that like Rick Owens had with collaborations, or that like Uniqlo has whenever they collab with like different artists or different brands or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they kind of see how like not like smaller people, but like people who don't really like this certain type of niche can kind of get into the brand and kind of put money into like Rick Owens or like these huge ass companies' pockets.
It makes sense because like luxury fashion isn't necessarily like accessible to like the average person, obviously. It's like a luxury item, and like for most people, even if they have money, like me, if I have money, I'll spend it on like stupid clothes, but like most people aren't necessarily like that. They'll buy like a new car, or, like they'll go on vacation or whatever. But I think like a lot of the collabs, what they do is that they bring that to like a more of a mainstream audience. Like, as much as people want to make fun of like a Comme des Garçons play Converse heart shoe, whatever, like Comme des Garçons makes so much money off of those, and then they can like fund their other like more avant-garde things, because most people aren't buying like mainline Comme des Garçons. Like they just can't afford that.
It. Yeah. Even too, like I know my sister, she owns a pair of like Comme des Garçons play like sneakers. Yeah. And then when I was showing her like all my Comme des Garçons pieces, she was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I'm like, "It's Comme des Garçons." And then she was like, "Oh, but this is Comme des Garçons." And I'm like, "No, they have like different like lines." That's the thing. So
she's like, "What is this?"
She's like, "What is this?" She's like, "This is really weird." But I know that Comme des Garçons, Junya Watanabe is like some of the pieces are so expensive.
Yes.
Which makes sense, because those are like true archival pieces. Like you only kind of see like 3 of them in like the whole world, or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I would go and spend like $2,000 on like, if I had the money, on like a piece that's like a museum piece.
Absolutely. Even like the like resale value of like used stuff for that stuff is like insane. Like $500-$600 for like a shirt.
Oh my god,
and that's
it's
like
just
used. Yeah.
It's just like that Margiela kiss top.
Oh yeah.
That's so expensive. And then I see people recreate it, and I'm like, and then people, whenever like they recreate it on TikTok or whatever it is, people are like, "You do not understand the true meaning of this shirt."
I saw that. I think maybe it was the same TikTok. It was a girl, and she's like, "I'm gonna make this for my boyfriend."
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like,
"That's so cute." Like that's just, it was like, she was like, "Oh, it's for Valentine's Day." I was like, "That's like really cute." I thought.
That's so sweet. Like I thought that was such a nice thing to do. Like, it's your significant other. Like, she just wanted to make a TikTok, and people were hating on her, and I was like, who cares? Like, this is an ode to her boyfriend, not an ode to Margiela.
Literally, it's just like, oh, it's just inspired by this top. People like, you don't understand the history of the brand. You're not cool enough to like this.
It's like, do you even understand the history of the brand?
Yeah. People watched that like Margiela documentary like once, and they just became insufferable. They're like, God, I know more than you.
I know more than you. I bought that Margiela book on Amazon. The one. And I look at all the pretty pictures, and I am a true Margiela connoisseur. It's like, okay.
I can see into the mind of Martin himself.
You know what though?
I'm on a different level than you.
Like I unlocked my 3rd Margiela eye, and I can just see it. But you know what? I'll be quite honest with you. You know, I don't know everything about every brand, even like Margiela, even though I own like so many pieces by him. I don't know so many things. What do you think, since Fashion Week is here, what do you think about what happened at Diesel, like Diesel's show?
I kind of liked it.
I liked it too.
I thought it was really cool.
I liked it too.
I don't know if you know like the model, her name is Ella Schneider. Of her like with the red hair and the all like red, just covered in red glitter.
Oh yes.
I thought that look was so cool.
It was nice. And I don't like it too when people are like, "Oh, Diesel's gonna be the next Rick Owens, so like buy now while you can." It's like, shut up.
Like, what does that even mean, first of all?
Like, I don't know, like, because they're like, "Oh, prices are gonna go up because Kanye is wearing it and all the X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, you know what? You may have somewhat of a point here, but if I didn't wear Diesel now or last year or like a couple months ago, what's gonna make me want to go and wear Diesel now?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Well, and also the thing about Kanye West, you know those like Red Wing shoes that he wore, and now then they were like reselling on Grailed for like $3,000.
Yes,
it's so funny to me because like I'm from Minnesota, and we have like Red Wing shoes in like every strip mall and like every mall like where I grew up. So like they're just like very basic work shoes. Like I don't think the shoes like they're just boots. Like
yeah,
I was like, what?
even too, like I remember like this girl, she posted on like her close friends, like she's not into fashion at all. Like she's just like really like she's very, how do you say, like I'm not gonna go and speak bad about her, but she posted, she was like, guys, Yeezy really, like season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he really inspired a generation of people. And I was like, what? I was sick, because she was like, I really do see it coming back now. And I was like, are you like speaking about like Margiela-esque things? Because Kanye was inspired by Margiela. So then Kanye created like what he's creating. And then I feel like it kind of inspires another movement of people. But I was so confused by what she meant. Like, do you mean when people were cutting up stockings and like wearing them?
Yeah.
Like, what did she mean?
I don't know.
I was so confused. I was like, it's been back. People are still wearing Yeezy season 1, season 2.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it was ever like not a thing. It's always been quite popular.
People are still wearing it now. Like,
yeah,
even to, you know, I was kind of thinking about it, but I think his estranged wife, or like ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, she was wearing like her Skims line. It reminds me a lot of what Kanye used to create, like for Yeezy season 1, 2. Like it's very just like basic and minimal.
The very like tight dresses and like kind of like shapewear-esque type stuff.
Exactly. So that's why I responded to her. I was like, you know, like no hate to you, but I was like, it's been back. Like look at like what his wife is doing. You know, she just kind of reinvented it for like the newer girlies.
Yeah.
Or like the BBL girlies.
I think Skims is more accessible as well.
Yeah,
and I think like Yeezy was more towards that like luxury market, but Skims is more towards like a like everyone kind of market.
Yeah, because you know, Skims is kind of expensive for like what it is. It's like $50 for like a shirt, but would I go and spend $50 on a Skims shirt? No, because I'd rather go and spend $50 on like a Margiela shirt. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like kind of the way that I think. But I don't know. Like I don't hate the things that she makes. Like I think that they're very like basic. Like I think that her collaboration with like Fendi was like a bit weird, but like she has her own like market that she's catering to, and people were buying it. I know like a lot of rappers' girlfriends and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
they were wearing them, so I was like, good for you, girl. Like make your money.
I think it's like objectively hard to dislike it because it's just so basic.
Yes,
like, it's just like it's a plain dress, so you're like, okay, cool, sick.
It's like, what do you hate about it? Like, I was watching this TikTok and I saw this girl like this Skims dress and her body looked so good. It influenced me to wanting to buy it. I'm like, take my money. I want to be sexy, but I saw the price. I guess ooh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'd spend $80 on it.
No, that's the thing. I don't know if I would spend $80 on it too. That's why I don't own it.
Yeah, I know.
No, I don't know. I think maybe because COVID really reshaped the way that I kind of view spending my money on clothes. It's like I'd rather spend like $300 on like, what's it called? Like not archive. Yeah, archive. But yeah,
archive fashion.
No, I'm trying to explain it properly, but I'd rather spend $300 on a couple of pieces from designers that like I really like than go and spend $300 on like 3 things from Skims or like 2 things from Aritzia or like whatever it is. Yeah. Like I want to have pieces in my closet that I can go and give to my children, or that if I want to, I can go and resell it.
Absolutely.
And make back my money.
Yeah. But I think if you're investing in like designer pieces, as silly as it sounds, like they do hold value, but they 100%. Also use like they usually use like, especially if you're buying older designer, they usually use like better materials and like they better construction and stuff like that.
No, for sure. Like I wouldn't buy anything really from like Margiela or like Comme des Garçons like right now. Excuse me, because it's not like what I like. Even to like my tabbies, like my tabby boots. Yeah. I traded like my tabby flats because they were too big for me, and like a Prada top from like 1999 to go and get those boots. Yeah. It's like I'd rather go and do that than go and spend like $1,000 on shoes that I can buy in Essence. Like, why would I want to go and do that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know, it just kind of like, I don't know if I can go and spend $1,000 on like brand new shoes. Like I spent like 500 or like $400 on like Canadian dollars on my Tabby Mary Janes, but I bought them from Ari, and it's like I'd rather go and like support Ari than go and like buy it from like Essence or like Saks off Fifth or like Nordstrom or like whatever it is. I'd rather go and do that, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I think too. The most expensive shoes I have are my thigh high Rick Owens, and they were $350, I think.
Yeah, but you see, that's still like a good price. Like, anyways,
yeah. I feel like they retail for a lot more than that.
Oh, for sure. Like, I have to think, like, whenever like I see a good deal, and if I know I'm gonna wear it, like, I'll buy it. Like, I found these, what's it called? These you know, Miu Miu fall winter 1999, those like bubble shoes, and they're so expensive, and I can never find them in my size. And I found like a sneaker, and it was like 200 like Canadian or like 250 Canadian dollars. And they sold, but I never bought them because I was like, you know what, they may be a good price and I may be able to resell it, like if I don't like them anymore, for, you know, a better price. But I was thinking, why would I just go and like waste my money on this when I can go and buy myself other clothes that I know I'm gonna wear every day?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's the thing. Or just don't buy anything at all. But that's so depressing.
That's depressing.
Oh my god, sometimes I get so depressed too. That's why I had to kind of stop going on TikTok and on like Instagram and like all that type of stuff for like a week, or just like sporadically, because I see people like do these like huge like hauls, like buy hauls, or like, like, and I'm like, I want to do this.
Me too, but I think you need to, I try not to compare myself to other people, because you never know if that's like their parents' money, or like, you know.
True.
Yeah, like my parents don't buy me clothes, they don't fund my lifestyle, so
yeah, me too, honestly.
Yeah,
like me too.
Well, it's like, it might be cool to like watch all these people just like buy a bunch of stuff off of Essence, but it's like, I don't need to compare myself to that, because I don't have the financial means to live that lifestyle, and it's like there's no point in me even like sitting here and feeling bad about it.
No, 100%. Like me, like I always try to find like a good deal. Like I just bought like those Prada shoes for $20 US.
$20?
Oh yeah, $20. That's the thing, and they're real. It's just because I bought them and I was like, oh, this is such a good price. And I was thinking, you know, you can kind of live within your means while still dressing the way that you want to. You just have to kind of hustle.
Yes. There are always ways to get things for cheap.
100%. There always is. Like, oh my goodness, I saw this Jean-Paul Gaultier top, and it was like $600 US, and I was like, this is beautiful. Like, and if I was rich, maybe I would spend this type of money, but I'm gonna try to look for it for like $50, because I'm not gonna go and spend $600.
No,
that's insane. That's crazy. I think the most I've ever spent on a GPG top has been like 130 Canadian dollars.
Yeah, like remember like a few years ago, like they were super cheap, and then they sort of blew up on Depop, and now they're like $800.
That's fucking crazy to me. Like, I don't understand that. Like, and then people too, you know what really kind of like bothered me is when, you know how Jean-Paul Gaultier, his partner passed away because of AIDS, and he created like a mesh top like in honor for him, and then that top like blew up, and then it got like knocked off by like Shein and like by AliExpress and stuff, and I'm like,
I saw that,
and I was like, if I was Jean-Paul Gaultier and I saw this, like I'd be so hurt, because it's like I make this for my partner who passed away, and you know, I'm happy that it blew up, but you know, it takes away the momentum and the significance of the piece.
Absolutely. I see,
which is sad. It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's even to like, for example, like I know the diet product, they always post like whenever like a designer rips off of a brand, or a brand rips off like a small designer, and they always post like, we wore what, but it's like, why didn't she cancel it yet? Why do people still buy from Daniel Bernstein? I literally like, what's going on?
Commented this yesterday. Apparently, like she posted some really insensitive. She was like, you can post your lifestyle and still support Ukraine. What did she say? when I say you can do both, I truly mean it. You can post about fashion and post about world issues.
What?
And then she was like, almost every single shop We Wear What launch has given back hundreds of dollars to important causes. And then she said she donated $250,000 to Ukraine relief. Which I'm like, that's great.
Yeah,
but first of all, you're like using your business instead of like posting like, oh, donate to Ukraine, like she's using it as like, oh, buy my swimsuits and then I'll donate to Ukraine because I'm like a rich influencer.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was just like super tone deaf and insensitive. People were like, what the fuck?
I don't know. That's the thing too, because honestly, if I was Ukrainian, I'm not Ukrainian, but my heart really goes out to people who have lost family members or people who have family that are stuck in Ukraine right now. Even too, like I know that like a lot of like students are stuck in Ukraine because of what's going on. Like
absolutely,
like, international students, like innocent people are like there and they're dying. And it's like, how could you like even fathom like thinking about posting this, because there's innocent people who are dying, children, mothers, fathers, young people, like it's insane and they can't leave. And it's like, you know, like kudos to you for going to go and donate to what's going on. But at the same time, like you have to still post how you have such a great life, and as the caption of you half naked in like your New York City like hotel or bedroom, I donated X, Y, and Z, but I can still post how I have a beautiful life. Post that you have a beautiful life. I don't fucking care. I don't follow you, but just don't be insensitive.
Yeah.
People are dying.
Yeah. And she's probably one of the most problematic influencers out there. Like she's ripped off so many small independent labels. Truly just done it all.
You know what really bothers me though is when I see young people who are our age and they know what's going on, but they still go and support these brands. And it's like, oh, I support, like, it's not that I support Danielle Bernstein, but I just bought what she created because I liked it. And it's like, I understand that, but it's like, why would you still want to go on? Because her things aren't cheap. They're like $100. So it's like, why would you still want to go and put money into her pocket if you know what she's done?
No, literally, I agree 100%.
I don't go and do that. Like, if I find something that I really like, and if it's by a creator that I don't like, I will literally go and look for something similar, or I just won't buy it at all.
Her pieces are like not unique too. Like they're very like a basic white bikini. No, you're right. Let me find her.
It's crazy. Even too, like, what's it called? Like, I know people are always trying to hate on like Telfer because they're like, oh, his quality is so cheap, blah blah blah. But it's like, okay, listen, like I understand where they're coming from, but he makes his product so accessible to a large majority of people. So of course you have to, you know, you're not gonna go and get the most beautiful leather in the whole wide world for $300, $200 bucks. Like,
it's not even real leather. It's literally vegan leather. It literally says that when you buy it.
Like, what? Like, and the thing is, to people, then they go and complain. I saw this TikTok. They were like, oh yeah, I complained to Telfer how I wanted a shorter strap because the strap was too long, but now I bought this new one and now the strap is too short, so I want the old strap back. And it's like, you guys are playing with this man's business. Leave him alone.
Like, it's literally called the shopping bag. Like, it's meant to be just like a tote bag. Like, it's not like a structured bag. And people are like, why is it not structured? Like, it's not supposed to be.
You're right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Soukita.
I'm Meg.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. For more content from us, you can follow us on Instagram where we post fashion memes and commentary at AntiFashionPod. Be sure to follow us on whatever platform you are listening on and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts if you enjoyed this episode.